From 2025, the language of trade gets two new alphabets, CBAM and Ecodesign. If you ship to the European Union, these initials will decide whether your goods glide through customs or get hit with new reporting duties, carbon surcharges, and design requirements. Today, let's decode CBAM, untangle the Ecodesign changes, and see how both will reshape global supply chains next year. What CBAM is? CBAM is the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, the EU's way to put a price on the carbon emissions embedded in imports. Until now, European producers paid for their CO2 emissions under the EU Emissions Trading System, ETS, while importers did not. That made local products costlier than cheaper, high-carbon imports. CBAM levels the playing field. From 2025, non-EU exporters of cement, steel, aluminium, fertilizers, electricity, and hydrogen must report and later pay for their carbon footprint at the same rate as EU companies. It turns carbon from an invisible issue into a new customs figure. The transition phase. Since October 2023, CBAM has been in a pilot reporting phase. Importers submit quarterly data on the carbon emissions embedded in targeted products. Come the 1st of January 2026, that data starts carrying a price. Importers will have to surrender CBAM certificates mirroring those paid by EU producers. But 2025 is the make or break year. It's the final year to build systems for collecting verified emission data from suppliers and to understand how it affects pricing and contracts. How CBAM works in practice. Imagine you export steel from India to Germany. You must now declare how much carbon was emitted during production and report it through the CBAM portal. If you can prove the plant already paid a local carbon tax, you subtract that value. Otherwise, the importer pays the difference. So CBAM doesn't ban your product, but it penalizes inefficient production and rewards cleaner supply chains. It quietly merges climate policy with customs paperwork. Ecodesign rules and the new product passport. Parallel to CBAM, the EU is rolling out the Ecodesign for Sustainable Products Regulation, ESPR. Think of it as a global template for how products must be designed and labeled to enter the EU market. The heart of it? The digital product passport, electronic records attached to each item with details about its materials, recycled content, carbon footprint, repairability, and origin. Initially, it covers batteries, textiles, electronics, furniture, and construction materials, but more sectors will follow. From 2025 onward, buyers and customs officers will scan that passport before they even unpack your goods. Together they change trade. CBAM and Ecodesign attack two sides of the same problem. CBAM price tags, the emissions you create during production. Ecodesign controls the sustainability of the product itself. Together they shift global competition from who can produce cheapest to who can produce cleanest. For exporters, environmental data is now a trade document, as critical as the invoice or bill of lading. What importers and exporters must do in 2025? 1. Map your supply chain. Identify where your raw materials originate and request CO2 and energy data from suppliers. 2. Collect evidence. Keep verified certificates of energy mix or carbon tax paid. You'll need them for CBAM reports. 3. Update design specifications. Ensure new products measurably meet durability and repair standards under Ecodesign. 4. Train your team. Finance, production, logistics, and sales must all understand how carbon data moves through the supply chain. 5. Adjust contracts and pricing. Decide who pays the CBAM cost, supplier or buyer, and write it clearly into terms. Global ripple effects. Other economies are watching. The UK plans its own CBAM by 2027. Canada and Japan are exploring versions. Multinationals will demand traceable carbon data from every tier of their suppliers, creating a domino effect worldwide. If you modernize early, you don't just avoid penalties. Your products become preferred because they carry proof of low emissions and ethical design. 2025 won't just be a compliance deadline, it's the year sustainability becomes a customs requirement. The winners will treat carbon and design data as core trade assets, not extra paperwork. Cleaner products equals clearer trade routes. That's the new reality. If this helped you grasp how CBAM and Ecodesign will reshape exports next year, hit like so others see it too. Subscribe to Ask the Customs Manager for more plain language briefings on how tomorrow's regulations affect your business today.